Hi guys, so today is a very different video. I'm filming from my garden because of the lockdown here in the UK, and I know that's affecting most of us. So I've got today some stuff you can practice to improve your short game that can be done in the garden. I'm going to use some equipment that is really good for this, but you can improvise, and I'll talk to you about the improvisations as we go through it. If you are a new viewer, please consider following and subscribing and supporting me during this particularly tough time. Keep watching to learn how to improve your short game whilst at home. So we're going to look at things like strike, we're going to look at spin, we're going to look at trajectory, and we're going to look at start line. Those are all the key components to make you a really good pitcher, chipper of the golf ball. The first test we're going to do is try and hit the ball in a straight line. And I've got one yellow stick just stood up there in a line on my ball to target line from where I'm going to hit shots from. The idea would be you might have two sticks and try and hit it in between the two, or one stick and try and hit it. Now the shorter the shot, the more you try and hit probably a smaller object. So what you could do is go from one stick with small shots to a gap for bigger shots and a bigger gap for even longer shots. And depending on the level of your golfer, you can make the gap easier or harder to start with. There's nothing wrong with that. So the idea really would be that you take 3 to 5 golf balls, you try and hit some shots, and you're just really going to try and get this ball to hit that yellow stick as best you can. So again, I missed that one just left. And the perfect thing about this is you're looking for tendencies, okay? What is the tendency with the shot pattern? Just over the top of the stick and maybe a touch to the right. But again, the more I focus on hitting in a straight line, the more it'll improve the direction I can hit the shots. Now, if I missed them all left, I would start to look at then aim or path of the swing or even the club face position. So how we look at the club face position is look at a half-colored ball. If I just bring this in here to show you, I just colored this in with one of my kids' crayons, basically, felt tip crayon pen. You could use a Sharpie pen, which would be even better. Line the ball up. So it's basically half the white ball is towards you and the black side of the ball is away from you. And again, now we're going to go just hit a little simple little pitch. And we want to see that spin of the ball is pretty neutral. Now mine had a fraction of spin to the left-hand side, so I know the face was fractionally closed. You can also see then how the black mark on the ball will mark where you hit it in the club face to look at strike. So again, we're looking at whether the strike is too high in the face, too low in the face, too much to the toe, too much towards the heel. So from this one test here, we're just starting to look at your swing path, the club face, and your striking. And also the consistency. Is there a tendency to go left more than right? Now in my case there was. I had 2 that went left and 1 that went right. Now obviously if I did more shots, I'd have a bigger pool to look at to see how consistent this particular thing was. Then I can make adjustments. But even by practicing the same test over and over again, I'm sure I'm going to get better at it. If I felt it was down to alignment, obviously I can stick a stick in here or a golf club in here, and I can start to practice aiming with more preciseness and get my feet parallel to my ball to target line, and then start to feel I can work then on the swing direction if I need to, if that was the case. The next test or exercise is distance control. I've got 3 hoops down here in the ground. Again, if you're at home and you haven't got hoops, you can use towels, plant pots, whatever you've got lying around in the garden you could use, maybe even footballs or tennis balls, something you might have lying around that you might use with the family or even yourself. Now the idea would be, I'm going to try and land the ball in a different hoop for every single shot. And I've got them at different angles as well, to try and get me to change my aim every time. So the more we make it like playing golf, the better. So we could do a full routine, set up an aim, and again I'm going to go to the right hand one first if I can. Whoa, bang on. Now the left hand one. So I missed that one. So that was a strike issue rather than a distance control issue. Now to the back one. And a little bit long. Again, I haven't practiced this first, it's just about what you see. So again, you might have a few practice goes and start to test yourself. The key is really in again patterns. Are we always short? Are we always long? Are we always left? Are we always right? And then making adjustments. And again, if distance control tends to be the thing that you're weakest, practicing things like this consistently or even having them in the line and doing ladders, so you could stick things along the ground in a line, like bamboo sticks or whatever you've got around the garden, again to use for general garden stuff, or bricks, house bricks, whatever it would be, and try and land it past each one. If you haven't got anything, you just want to use golf balls, get 6 or 7 golf balls out here and try and get the first ball to go quite short, and then get the next ball to land over it, and then over it like a ladder until you run out of room. So the next test is trajectory, and again I've got some hoops here I've set up with a bit of kit that I've got for teaching kids basically, so I can try and knock it through each different hoop. And again, this is only limited height, so I'd do this from short range, but you could also use a ladder if you have one at home, or again a toy slide, and try and go under the slide, over the slide, whatever it would want to be. The wind is just blowing this a little bit. Let's just reset that a touch. So again, I'll try and show you this quickly because the wind is about to affect that. So if I try to hit one very low, again that was too high, that went through the middle one. Again, now try and go through that middle one. Now I'll try and hit one through the higher one. The key thing is adjusting the height each time. Can you do it? And what do you do to change it? Do you change the ball position? Do you change the loft angle at address? Or do you change the way your wrists work throughout the swing? All are completely acceptable ways of doing it. I would try and get yourself in the standard position every time, then move the ball position. That's the easiest way to do it for me initially. Have it so you'd have 5 different ball positions maybe for height, and then have it as the lowest position here to the highest position there, and anywhere in between will give you a different height. You can change the club obviously, but what I'm trying to give you is a bit more feel from these drills and what you're capable of. Again, if we look back to hitting one shot consistently, we could set something up here that was the right height for that specific shot at that specific distance, and how consistent are we doing it time after time. That would also be pretty cool. Again, use equipment you have around the house. It's about finding the ways of doing it. So getting on one position, spraying the face of your club, looking at the strike, how consistent can you get, and trying to dial down to what you need to change the most. Is it direction? Is it distance control? Is it strike? Quite often if the strike's poor, distance control will be poor too. Then maybe start to work on a system. So how far do you swing to go which distance? So like if I swung here, just going knee to knee, how far does the ball go? Thigh, thigh, chest, chest, shoulder, shoulder, and so on. Obviously it depends on the length of your garden how far you could do this, but these are all things you could do to improve your distance control. So thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this first take from the garden. I'm going to do some more videos from the garden, and I'm also going to do some swing reviews from the garden. So, you know, if you want to feature your swing on my channel and let me go through what I've changed with you. I haven't got a net yet, so I'm going to struggle to hit full shots. So I want to get people's golf swings I can analyze and go through the fixes here. And then I might then cut away to some hitting I've done of stuff in the past and YouTube videos, which will be appropriate. So if you have enjoyed the video, please click like and share. Also, please comment down below, ask any questions. Love to have you on board. If you'd like to subscribe as well, love for you to do that. And also thanks for watching, and make sure you stay safe.